Hey, so I'm working from my kitchen at the moment because the puppy is here wanting my attention. And I've just been having some WhatsApp interaction with one of my private clients. So my private clients have WhatsApp access to me. And what I love about this level of support is, so she's just finished something called my Daring and Mighty Love program. It's a group coaching program, which I'm in the middle of really massively revamping and upgrading, by the way, so watch this space. And in addition to that coaching program, she's having private coaching with me. And what's wonderful about it is, so she's finished the group work and now she's out there, she's dating, and we can use our coaching because we've done so much healing work. Like, we've really gone backwards into her childhood. We've really uncovered like the childhood programming pieces, the limiting beliefs, the sabotaging behavioral habits, all that stuff that has been blocking her from being available to receive her guy, her soulmate. And now we're at this exciting stage where she's out dating and she's met this guy. They've had their first date. And it's the first time in a long time where, in her own words, she felt like she could trust him. She's never laughed so much. And she felt at home. And I love that word, at home, because that was when I was calling in my guy, that was what I desired to feel as well. I wanted to feel at home with him. So she's had that experience. And so now they're at this sort of exciting stage of planning their second date. And all her stuff is coming up. And it's really interesting because she's asking, like, through the WhatsApp communications, we're just going backwards and forwards. And actually, she's just left me another message. You know, it's a really great opportunity for me to support her in her dating process now. And because I know her so well and I know her stuff and her fears and anxieties, I can see how that's sort of starting to come up a little bit. And I'm supporting her at the moment in hooking into her empowered self, that part of her that knows her truth and that trusts herself. You know, so it's really about reconnecting her with her self-trust, and then of course her self-confidence and self-belief and self-love and all that good stuff. It's about trusting herself. It's about, you know, so she's got to respond to a text message right now. So, you know, they're doing this whole text ping pong thing, lining up the next date. And she's wanting certainty right now that he does actually like her. She wants certainty that he really does mean it when he says he wants a second date. She wants certainty that the reason why he can't make tomorrow night is true and why they're having to postpone to the weekend. So she's wanting all this certainty. And she's wondering, oh, well, maybe he's not telling the truth. And she's making up all these stories, and I can say, and she would say that she's making them up because she has literally no evidence or proof to prove any of it. What's happening is her fear is coming up. Fear is short for false evidence appearing real. She's literally making up stuff that feels and appears real to her untrusting self, to that part of her that's scared of getting let down, that's scared that it's not going to work out, that part of her that's attached to a positive outcome, that wants it all to be great, that part of her that really wants to be loved and accepted, you know, so her stuff is coming up, and our messaging backwards and forwards is getting to a point of me inviting her to trust herself, to hook into her self-trust. You know, how would a woman respond now to him? So they're texting. How would a woman respond who trusts herself? How would a woman who trusts her feelings respond? How would a woman who trusts how she felt on that first date respond? How would a woman who trusts all of their interactions so far respond? You know, like, what would that woman do? And could she surrender into that energy? Could she allow and receive the experience as it's happening now, rather than trying to control every element of it? So it's just been a really fun interaction with her. She's super open. She's such a cool woman. She's like open to the coaching. She's done so much great work. It's an exciting point. You know, she hasn't had a really good first date in such a long time, not least we've just had COVID. But it's just really cool to be able to really kind of help her through these very practical pieces as well. So, you know, the work I do with women, of course, these single women, you want to call in your guy, but the first step is calling in yourself. The first step is coming home to you and discovering and uncovering and healing all the self-sabotage, the beliefs and the behaviors and the conditionings that are blocking you to being able to receive him in. And they can be multi-layered. And like, if you knew what they were, you'd have sorted it out by now. And that's where a coach like me comes in. And I just love the work. I'm so passionate about it. And I'm passionate about it because it was my journey. And having realized what it takes to be the best version of you, to call in that guy who's like super cool, right? Your guy that you want, he's really cool. To call him in, you got to be a vibrational match, and that requires doing the deeper inner healing work. And sometimes, you know, it can be painful. Sometimes it can be a bit time consuming, but God, is it worth it? So, you know, we busy women, we think we don't have the time for this stuff. We're running businesses, we're running families. But our heart's desire to be with our soulmate is real and is not to be ignored. And it is worth the time. It's worth the investment. It's worth the energy. It's totally worth it. And I'm buzzing right now with the interaction I'm having with this client, because I just can see how far she's come. And you know, she's just on the cusp of something really exciting happening. And I'm just so on her team and so want this for her. And I love being her cheerleader, and I love keeping her grounded too. And I love being that person in her life that consistently reminds her of the truth of who she is, and helping her to come home to herself day by day by day in these experiences, just to remember how powerful and incredible that she is. It's a cool job. I love my job. Anywho, just thought I'd share that with you, and sending you lots of love. Okay, bye.